When I heard from Shane, I hadn't in fact seen Iron Man 1 or 2. So he very kindly sent me a wonderful package of drawings, graphics, Marvel comic, artwork, and of course the two movies which I watched whilst filming another film in, where did I see it now? New Orleans. I watched it, and it was very, very enjoyable to watch how the characters are not stereotypical. They're really layered, and I'm very inspired by Robert and Gwyneth in particular. I don't single them out, but they're the sort of spine of the film. And then Don, of course, wonderful, has joined, and it's not your usual copy of a copy of a copy. There is something original about the dare I use the word, intelligent approach to this film. I think the rule when one is approaching what is rather lazily called the bad guy is that the actor has to accept that those characters who are the polar end of the film, the kind of anchor, the dark anchor of the film, they have a sense of righteousness that actually normal good people don't have. Normal good people are really quite modest about themselves and rather self-deprecating, like our hero and heroine are. So when our beloved Mandarin broadcasts to the president or to the nation, he's not being evil. He has a sense of rightness and a sense of grandeur. Tony is made accessible by Robert, Pepper is made accessible by Gwyneth, and Rhodey is made accessible by Don. Everyone presents to the camera a quite complex human being, rooted in character, rooted on the face of this earth, rooted in reality. I think that I prep from the words on the page. I have a great respect for the writer. Having come from classical theatre in the UK, I have a great respect for how much pain and trouble and joy the writer has taken into putting those words onto the page. I bring them to life. I'm not given to rewriting a single word of what's on the page. I like to make what's there work, because what is there is the logic of the character as perceived by a very gifted writer, Drew in our case, and Shane. And I respect that enormously, and I say, well, what can I find from the words on the page? Then I go from there. Quite simple, really. Oh, Shane is my man. He's absolutely my kind of director. They have their own logic, as I was saying earlier, and they are rooted in patterns of human behavior that are undeniably true. So obviously audiences will find them contagious, and they'll go out and they'll probably say, wow, amazing. But what's behind that wow, amazing is there's something in there that I recognize as being eternally true. And that makes a great comic hero, because they have to be something to do with eternal truths that we long for, all of them. Robert and I are quick, and we love that trust in, I can throw this at you, I knew you'd throw it back. I knew you'd throw it back. But it's tacit. It's not discussed, you know. It's just good morning, come on, let's do it. I think his motivation is to turn the pyramid of civilization as we know on its head by referring quite accurately to iconography, to history, to ironies that are contained in any civilized state. It will contain its ironies, and he picks at them quite viciously and remorselessly to justify, as I said, with a sense of rightness, the correctness of his approach to destroying this particular civilization, which he considers very intelligently to be absurd, and he will spell its absurdity out. So he does have, it's a sense of rightness that he has, not a sense of evil, and it's that motivates him, and therefore motivates my approach to him. We have very few scenes together, but I do like Guy very much as an actor. He's massively versatile. His canon of work is extraordinary, and I enjoy working with him very much indeed. It's a bright cast. They're bright people. There's not a lazy bone in the body of this cast anywhere. Stephanie, Rebecca, wonderful girls. Really great cast.